here on the UC Sports Network. Bo Kid, JB Kirby, and Brandon Hensley here with you this afternoon. Game 3 now in the best-of-3 series. We are knotted up at one apiece. The Patriots and the Bears of Shawnee State. Patriots taking care of business in game number 2 by a score of 8-1. And now they turn to the freshman. Colton Easterwood comes out on the mound for the Patriots here in game number 3, and he has done a fantastic job this season for the Patriots as he has come in as a heck of a starter in conference play since entering that spot. He's 3-0 on the season, a 3.03 ERA, 38 2/3 innings, 31 hits, 16 runs, 13 earned, 21 walks, 41 strikeouts for the right-hander. Guys, what is the key to this ball game for the Patriots to come away victorious?
Bo Kid, simple. You have to get out early. You have to get that early lead, I think, and you put the pressure on the other team to play catch-up. Patriots, they feel like Shawnee State's pitching is where they can take advantage. However, it's going to be tough. You know, you have a guy in the opposition that record's not great, ERA's not great. You have to try to take advantage if you can. If you're Easterwood, you need those quick innings to get your offense to the plate.
Brandon Raymond will begin the ball game for Shawnee State here in game number 3. First pitch swung on, and it's through the left side base hit. Or it's actually going to be an error on Pantoja. That ball is thrown away.
Yeah, Pantoja.
Thankfully for a backup by Guillermo Villegas, but Raymond at second now on an E5.
Pantoja came to try to get that one. It was coming down off of the big hot. Went with the glove to the side approach rather than the basket approach. It's a play he's made a lot of times, but when it was biting as hard as that ball was biting, he just could not get the glove to it, and it shoots past him.
JT Boggs now comes to the plate now with a man in scoring position for Shawnee State, one pitch in. Boggs in game 1, 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. First pitch high, ball 1. Take a look at the defensive alignment. Same as game number 1. Schmidu, Reyes, Prado, Pantoja on the infield. Left to right outfield, Benz, Byron, Villegas. Behind the plate, though, is Ramos. Easterwood gets his sign, comes set, the 1-0. In there for a strike, counts even at 1 apiece.
In the first game, the Patriots getting double plays to get out of innings. Right now, it'll be hard to turn a double play with a runner only on second, but that's something I think Cumberlands will go to, is try to keep a ball low when they get runners on base to try to get out of the innings with twin killings.
This one's in there for a strike now. Counts 1-2.
Good pitch in on Boggs. Really froze him up, not what he's looking for. The Patriots, really the opposite of how you'd want to start a game exactly, with an error. The Patriots did very well in game number 1 today of not beating themselves. The only error coming later in the game, and it really wasn't of a whole lot of consequence, but got to make sure the game's played cleanly. Know that you are the more skilled team.
Easterwood gets his sign, comes set. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, as he is down on strikes for out number 1 here in the ball game.
To throw that pitch to a left-handed hitter.
It's gutsy.
And get him to swing and not even come. That's an amazing pitch by Easterwood.
It was.
Chase Thurber now comes to the dish for Shawnee State. He was 0 for 2 in game 1 with a couple of walks this afternoon. Easterwood gets his sign as Thurber calls time. Now Easterwood comes set. First pitch. Misses outside, ball 1. I know the Easterwood family has made the trip up from Troy. 1-0 the count, the pitch. High, ball 2. Raymond still standing at second. The 2-0 pitch. High and behind him, ball 3, but a fantastic job by Ramos of getting a glove on it.
That was the best catch we've seen in the series so far. It didn't count for anything other than to save a runner from going 90 feet. But Ramos, he's going to have a tough one today as Easterwood throws a lot of hard-breaking pitches in the dirt.
3-0. Come on back here, Thurber. That's a strike on the inside corner. Counts 3-1.
You know, as a hitter, you do that just to see where the strike zone's going to be. And JP, you kind of talked about it before. You've umpired some, and players do that to try to sell the pitch maybe.
They do. It's when a pitch is close, you know, there's a split second while you're an umpire watching the pitch. There's a split second where you are still processing what's going on, and if the batter steps out of the box and starts heading toward first, sometimes it can get you into the mindset of, yeah, that was outside, take a base. But
the 3-2 is swung on and fouled off.
It was inches away from being 1-0 baseball game.
3 balls, 2 strikes. See what kind of a pitch Easterwood comes at now.
The good news is for both teams, Shawnee kind of got in the bullpen last game, but especially for Cumberlands, you have a rested bullpen.
Absolutely you do.
But you have a pitcher in Easterwood that can give you 6 or 7 really good innings if need be.
The 3-2 swung on, fouled off. We'll do it again. Patriots, you know, take a look at it. You've got, oh my gosh, who do you even start with out of the bullpen? You've still got Hampton Clark, who just threw an inning.
Probably Zach Hurley.
You've got Zach Hurley. You've got Jeff Rivera still out there. Brantley Bray out there. Prepara. Just missing high, ball 4. Thurber will trot down to first. 1 out walk. Now runners at first and second with 1 down. And the third baseman, number 26, Nick Rose, coming to the plate.
You know, both back to what you're talking about there. You know, you still have Brian Wade that can probably come back in.
Absolutely.
Clark probably can come back in. A lot of arms to go to and some left-handed pitching in there with Garrison and Briney.
Nathan
Finn as well. I mean, he's a lot of options to go to. But right now, I think the key, as we talked about, you have to score runs against Shawnee State. Pitching should be fine.
First pitch misses for a ball to Rose, who was 2 for 3 in game 1 with an RBI. $14 hits total between the two teams in game number 1. Only 3 extra base hits, and they all came off the bat of Brian Benz. That pitch in there for a strike. Count evens at 1 apiece.
It's almost fitting that a double play ball would be occurring in the next sequence. That's how the Patriots have gotten out of several jams so far today.
Easterwood with the 1-1. Just missing for ball 2. Counts 2-1. Same jam came in game number 1 where the Patriots saw Shawnee State grab a lead early. Easterwood with the 2-1. Strike 2 on the outside corner.
Patriots did a great job of capitalizing on the Shawnee State mistakes in the first game today. And game number 2 scored just everyone who got on or advanced with an error. But now the Patriots have to do the opposite now and negate damage done by their own mistakes. And 4 double plays in game number 2. Another opportunity here.
The 2-2 swung on, it's hit into left field, back and right into the glove of Brian Benz on the F7, 2 away.
And as a left-handed hitter, the ball slicing right to Benz. Didn't have to move much when it was first hit. Looked like it could have been trouble, but that natural slice that it does right to Benz.
Yep. Now Andrew Ditto coming to the plate. 1 for 3 in game 1 with a walk and a strikeout. First pitch. No pitch called, and they're calling a balk. They're going to say that Easterwood never came set.
And no pitch, so
now you are looking at runners on in scoring position
it's
with
good.
2 down.
It's good that you have a sub 150 hitter at the plate. It's bad that Ditto has been a lot better than that this series.
Now time called by Ditto.
Well, he had a problem with him not coming set.
No issue there. The pitch. Swung on, fouled back.
You know, it could be the reason we've seen more balks called this year is because now 3 umpires during conference games.
I absolutely agree.
So now you have a guy that can really pay 100% of attention to the pitcher as opposed to looking for other things.
Pitch just misses for a ball. Count now evens at 1 apiece. The 1-1 from Easterwood. Swung on, fouled off out of play, and we're going to go to a 1-2 count with 2 down here in the first. 2 on in scoring position for Shawnee State as they threaten here early.
He's a little bit tardy on the fastball. I probably stay with it, not try to speed his bat up. Another thing about a breaking ball, if it gets by Ramos, a run could come in to score. So challenging him with a fastball, see if you can get a strikeout.
The 1-2, breaking balls cut on, slice to the right side. It's going to get out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2.
Ditto's done a pretty good job of recognizing that curveball out of the hands of Easterwood. But if Easterwood's got a better one, he either comes with it now or my favorite pitch, the fastball up and in.
I like option number 2 right here.
Well, don't go with my option because that's not what's going to happen. It's always the opposite.
Well,
fastball outside corner. Cut on and missed strike 3. And Easterwood works himself out of a jam here in the first. We go to the bottom half. We're scoreless here on the UC Sports Network.
Now batting, number 13, Kevin Pantoja.
Kevin Pantoja will lead off the inning here for the Patriots. Bottom half of the first inning. Bo Kid, J.P. Kirby, Brandon Hensley here with the call. First pitch is outside for ball 1 from the Shawnee State pitcher. That is Kyle Warner. First pitch swung on and snow-coned at third for out number 1. Grabbed by Marshall.
Yes. They try to send to me and the
Now batting, number 9, Jesse.
Jesse Reyes now comes to the plate. Jesse in game 1, 0 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. First pitch outside, ball 1. On the season, Warner 1-7 with a 9.30 ERA. The 1-0 pitch misses inside, ball 2.
Once again, for Cumberlands, the objective here, get on base, try to get in, get that early lead, put pressure on Shawnee State.
2-0 in there for a strike.
Today, the only person the wind has really helped has been Brian Benz.
That's the way to look at it. Jesse Reyes, hard shot towards third, up and over to first is Rose. 5-3 on the ground out, 2 away. Reed Spada comes to the plate.
But already 2 hard hit balls by the Patriots down the third base line to start off their portion of the game, and we saw it in the first game today. Patriots went after the Shawnee State pitcher early and then transitioned into more of a patient game later on. It's what Shawnee State did to Noah Gap last night. They were able to go after him early and then
Spot
worn down later in the game.
This one right at Raymond. F9 in the books. Patriots down 1-2-3 here in the first. We go to the second. We are locked up at 0-0 here on the UC Sports Network.
Now batting.
Back here for the top half of the second inning, we're locked up at 0-0. But before we get into the ball game, an update from Bowling Green as the Patriot ladies are 4 outs away from bringing home their first Mid-South Conference championship in school history. 2 down in the top of the 6th, and the Patriots are leading 2-0 over in the softball tournament.
And I'm going to be 100% honest right now. The reason that you didn't get a good look at that fly ball out earlier, because I was looking at my phone, checking out softball. That's on me. We are rooting heavily for those young ladies. You know, the season for them, I know a lot of baseball folks watching here maybe don't keep up with them. Went to the postseason at 15-32, I believe. And they've reeled off 3 amazing wins, looking for their 4th straight over what would be, this win would be over Lindsey Wilson again, which they're number 6 in the country.
That's correct. Who they've already beaten once.
Rolling through
6.
the 3 top teams in the conference on their way to the championship game.
2-1 pitch to Sam Gearhold. In there for a strike, and the count is now evened up at 2 apiece. Gearhold game 1, 0 for 2.
I've said it numerous times. Colton Easterwood is going to be, if he keeps progressing like we think he can, he's going to be a special pitcher here at UC.
Absolutely. Pitch swung on, it's fouled off. I don't believe anybody's going to get to it. And that will get out for a foul ball. Count remains 2-2.
And what's going to make players like Colton Easterwood so good is you get a year watching Noah Gap and Manny Castellano do their thing. You're not forced into the limelight. You get to learn from those upperclassmen. Maybe Noah, being a right-handed pitcher, can show Easterwood something to help him through his young career.
The 2-2 pitch now from Easterwood. Swung on, foul back. We stay at 2-2.
It's just the tools that Coach Shelton has when you're talking about your number 3 starter being such a reliable freshman that you have to build off the veteran leadership of Castellano, of Gap, and that bullpen that hasn't been touched really yet but is loaded with reliability.
Good-looking pitch there by Easterwood as he came inside with the breaking ball, but misses for ball 3, and the count goes full.
And he's not been afraid to go there. He's shown already that he'll throw inside to the left-handed batters.
3-2. Swung on, fouled off. There's a little battle is ensuing here between Gearhold and Easterwood.
Saw Easterwood go with a fastball for a strikeout last inning. That was on the outside to a right-handed hitter. We'll see what the approach is now with a full count. Basically, you just have to challenge here. You don't want to put a leadoff runner on or leadoff batter on. You challenge and hope your defense can help you out here.
Payoff pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. Easterwood sits down Gearhold on strikes for the first strikeout of the ball game.
Or, JP, you have the guts to throw a curveball for a strike.
When you have the confidence.
On a full count.
Don't forget, not guts, confidence. When you got the confidence to throw your breaking ball on a 3-2 count, that's when you know you're a pretty dang good pitcher as a freshman.
3 strikeouts already for Easterwood to start off this game, and he pitched out of a jam in the first inning set up by an error on Pantoja.
Casey Claflin now to the plate, 0 for 3 in game 1 this afternoon. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike as Claflin just looks handcuffed with it. Easterwood now with the 0-2. Low in the dirt, ball 1.
talk about the variety of styles now that Shawnee State has had to see over the last couple days. You start out with Castellano, a
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ramos has to come out of his stance. It's dropped, and he fires down 2-3. Strikeout number 4 now for Easterwood on the 2-3 putout. Puts 2 away. Is that strikeout 4?
strikeout number 4.
Wow.
Well, we had him with a 12 strikeout game early in the year.
Yeah.
So the strikeout numbers shouldn't shock us. I think sometimes we have to.
I'm
But
just
what
saying,
makes it so
4
impressive?
in the first 5 outs.
Yeah, exactly. What makes it so impressive? You have a freshman out there doing it against a team that has not struck out a lot against 2 of your 2 top pitchers.
Blake Marshall to the plate, 0 for 1 in game number 1. Had a strikeout. This one misses for a ball, counts 2-0. The 2-0 pitch now from Easterwood. Inside ball 3, counts 3-0.
I was saying the variety of delivery styles Shawnee State has had to see. Even today, you look at the Castellano, left-hander, really tight delivery. And then Hampton Clark, who comes in, who's about 6 foot tall, and 5 foot of that is arms and legs. And now Easterwood, who has almost a combination, real violent at the end of the delivery after a smooth windup.
Popped up on the left side. Under it is Pantoja. He'll glove it for out number 3, and the inning is over. Shawnee State down 1-2-3 here in the second. We go to the bottom half. We're scoreless on the UC Sports Network.
Chase, black and blue Schmidu leading off the second inning.
I guess you'd say that after 2 hit by pitches in the game prior.
5 batsmen hit last game between the 2 pitchers.
When Smitty was hit that second time, you had to wonder if he was going to stay in the game. It looked like it hurt him pretty bad.
Got him on the back foot. That one's cut on and missed for a strike. Counts 1-1. Yeah, definitely got him on the back foot, and he was definitely a little ginger going down to first. Walking a little gingerly. 1-1, misses low ball 2, counts 2-1. Chase in game 1 was 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Warner with the 2-1 pitch. Chase Schmidu pops this one into shallow center field. It's going to get down for a bloop single.
Now, see, guys, that is exactly about as far as my hits would go when I played. And that was over the full swing. Schmidu put a swing that didn't get all of it and hit it out there. Go back to it. Just hit them where they're not. Schmidu did. Now you have Schmidu, who's a better base runner than advertised.
Oh, absolutely.
Your Cumberlands,
Absolutely.
I think you have to start thinking, all right, let's try to get that first run. How do you do so? Some options here with Byron.
Landon Byron to the plate, first pitch. Swung on, torched down the left side, base hit. It's through the hole and picked up by Thurber. Schmidu has to stay put at second, but back-to-back singles now have 2 on, nobody down for the Patriots, and Andrew Ramos coming to the plate. He had a pinch hit back in game number 1 where he was walked. But last night had a nice 2-run shot out of here for his 3rd home run of the season.
I think this is definitely bunt territory, though. If you saw Schmidu move from first to second, then you know why they weren't really thinking about running. Still kind of hobbling a little bit, or at least didn't honestly hustle too much, but I'd like to think that it's a little – maybe that shot to the foot is still bothering him, in which case you'd be skeptical on getting him around to second on anything more than a double, anything less than a double.
Ramos digs in with 2 on, 1-0 count, the pitch. In there for a strike, count evens up at 1 apiece, and an update from Bowling Green, top of the 7th. Patriot ladies leading 2-0 over Lindsey Wilson, 3 outs away from securing the victory. Pitch swung on. It's fouled off by Ramos.
Look at the ups.
Counts 1 and 2.
Coach Shelton said, hey, he'll tell you about his basketball days.
He said Shaq couldn't guard him. He flat out looked at us that night and said, he can't guard me. He's too old. He can't move.
Shelton in his American flag top like an eagle soaring to freedom.
Counts 1 and 2 to Ramos. Swung on, fouled off again.
Didn't want any part of that one. He's going to back up now. I think he's had his 2 choppers for the game.
Oh, he'll glove it. He'll glove at least one more. Don't expect Jared Martin to do that, though, over at the first base side. He just lets it go. The 1-2, low ball 2, count evens up at 2 apiece.
That was a good hold up on Ramos there. Hard cutting.
Jared Martin will tell you that his playing days are over.
Yeah,
Forget it.
That's why we have so many kids on the bench right now. That's their job. But Martin, I think he could still play.
Oh, he probably could, no question.
He had a great career here, went to play some independent baseball.
Now back as an assistant coach. The 2-2, cut on and missed strike 3. Ramos takes a hefty hack at it, but goes down for out number 1.
Good pitch by Warner to take something off of that when knowing Ramos probably looking for the fastball. Now for Cumberlands, you have the guy up that's been the offense today.
Brian Benz to the plate. 3 for 4 in game 1 with 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 runs scored. That ball gets away, and Patriots are going to advance 90 feet on the wild pitch, and there I saw exactly what you were talking about with Chase Schmidt, as that foot still bothering him quite a bit out there, but you hate to pull that good of a bat out of your lineup.
Yeah, the bat and still what you can do on first base of the field. We've seen him field some great balls even after getting hit in the foot in game number 1.
Swung on and hit deep to center field. Brian Benz, gone! A 3-run shot by Brian Benz gives the Patriots a 3-0 lead.
He's a monster. He is a monster. Brian Benz having a monster series. Coming up huge.
Don't wake him up.
Playing Texas long ball.
The power of music at UC.
My goodness. That ball was crushed out of here, and that's one of the deepest parts of the park.
You know, the thing is, that ball didn't go as far as some that were hit, but it did in the sense of how the wind was blowing.
You talk about snapping out of a slump at the perfect time. Benz has been down just a little bit over the last part of the season after putting up great numbers for the majority of the year. And to come out in this day number 2 the way he has, it's been clutch for the Patriots, who now have a three-run lead.
Guillermo Villegas takes this pitch high, ball 2. Counts now 2-0.
Team that has lived by the long ball this year, they've not had it in this series. Second home run, but that's a big one.
The 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed strike 1. Villegas game 1 went 1 for 2 with an RBI, a walk, a strikeout. Now he steps in with a 2-1 count. The pitch from Warner. Misses ball 3.
The Patriot hitters, they always crowd the plate. I don't think that there's anybody in the lineup that does not crowd the plate. So they force pitchers to have to come over the heart of the plate to get that inside pitch.
That's exactly what you're talking about right there. A pitch over the outside of the plate, and because Villegas is right on the line, he reaches his hands out there. We saw him hit a ball like that almost exactly the same in the first game today, just reaching out over the plate and able to pull something off the outside through the third base gap, and we're already getting a meeting here.
Time called as Villegas goes to first. Roberto Prado will come to the plate. Now, as he was 0 for 2 in game 1 with a RBI, a walk, and a run scored. And now Shawnee State will go to their bullpen. That's the ball game for Warner. We'll be back when the new pitcher's ready to go here on the UC Sports Network. Jesse James will come into pitch now for Shawnee State.
You think it's a gunslinger?
Now batting, number 12, Roberto.
James on the season has a 0-0 record, 6.05 ERA. He has 2 saves on the season. He's thrown in 16 contests. First pitch to Prado in there for a strike.
Definitely a spot reliever, 19 in the third innings pitch. He's got a good ratio, 7 to 19 walks to strikes, pretty good. Right
300 hitters, or hitters hitting 300 against him. Very long.
Angels in the outfield.
Absolutely.
And he hits Prado.
If you remember our guy from Angels in the outfield.
I'm trying to remember the.
Yeah.
He kept coming down with his set. There's no question that James is not coming set. He's making sure.
Now batting,
Oh,
number
goodness.
13, Kevin Pantoja.
Kevin Pantoja now coming to the plate with 2 on. And the Patriots are down to 1 out needed.
Girl just got a triple to put him within 1. So it's 2-1. Cumberland's over Lindsay, but a
Runner at third.
tying run on third.
Pantoja steps up. He's 0 for 1 on the ball game. First pitch from James. High and tight, ball 1. We're going to keep you as updated as possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could see how often these two have been refreshing pages to try to get updates as soon as possible.
The 1-0. Swung on. It's hit deep to right field. Under it is Raymond. He backtracks, makes a grab, and tagging up and going to third will be Villegas on the flyout. So now runners at the corners with 2 down, and Jesse Reyes coming to the plate.
Yeah. They try to send to me.
Well, I believe they did it.
They have done it.
Jesse Reyes.
A ground out up the middle, 6-3, has secured the Patriots a Mid-South Conference softball
Wow.
championship.
Wow.
They have beaten Lindsay 2-1. Lindsay leaves 11 runners on in the contest. First pitch in there for a strike to Jesse Reyes.
Congratulations, head coach Angie Dean. What the job she did, amazing.
20 years as a head coach for the softball team, and she gets her first Mid-South Conference title this afternoon.
The Dean machine rolls on, Bo. Dean machine.
We've had, what was it? Hairstyle? Well, I mean, it's just, it's classy. Such a classy look from a classic coach. Put it that way. A classic
We
coach
love
in
her
Angie
to
Dean.
death.
The old third to first move. Gotta love it.
You know, it's going to work. Eventually, and when it does, you're the
It-
guy
you
to
know,
get.
we've seen it work here once, if you remember, Brandon.
I don't.
Because
I don't believe it.
the guy that was on first was was going first movement. So he took off, and the pickoff move was there, so they were able to get the guy at first in a pickle and get him out.
And I
That
guess-
doesn't happen.
And I guess that's the goal, is you try to get the guy that's going on first movement.
0-2 pitch swung on. It's fouled off, spoiled by Reyes.
If that ball stays up in the strike zone a little bit, that may be a home run for
Yeah,
Reyes.
absolutely.
He didn't get a lot of velocity on his swing right there, but that ball was almost a right in the wheelhouse position before dropping out of the strike zone.
It was a good job by Reyes once he committed to it to go down and get it.
The 0-2 pitch from James. Time called by Reyes. I was wondering when it was going to
That's
come.
it.
It was just taking
One or the
so
other.
long for that game to or for that pitch to progress and finally end up happening.
I guess that's the idea for James. You try to get the hitter off of his rhythm.
0-2 pitch misses for a ball. Counts 1-2. One-two delivery now to Reyes. Swung on. This one's hit into left center field. It's going to hang, though. And coming under, making the grab is Helton for out number 3, and the inning is over. But the Patriots put 3 on the board on a 3-run blast by Brian Benz. They take a 3-0 lead. We head to the third here on the UC Sports Network. Back here on the UC Sports Network, Christian Helton
Now batting number
will
11,
come to the plate
Christian Helton.
to lead it off here for Shawnee State. Helton in game 1, 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. First pitch from Easterwood misses for a ball. Bo Kid, JP Kirby, Brandon Hensley here as Easterwood kicks and fires the 1-0. Swung on, it's popped up on the left side of the infield. Pantoja under it, makes a grab, out number 1.
Those quick innings we talk about, if you're Easterwood, you have the 3-run lead. You're not going to throw anything fat down the middle, but you make it enticing for the hitter to go after, and you get those 1 to 2 to at max 3 pitch outs to try to speed this thing up and keep your offense
Now batting
going.
number 6, Brandon Raymond.
Brandon Raymond now coming to the plate. He reached base on an error back in the first. That was off of the glove of Pantoja. First pitch misses in, ball 1. Easterwood. Only thing that hurts Easterwood is pitch count, I think, is in this ball game thus far.
Well, and that happens when you get pitchers who are known to be strikeout pitchers because you're going deeper in counts to get those strikeouts.
He's 2 1/3 innings in, and he's already at 45 pitches. This pitch swung on. It's laced to the left side, but foul. Counts 2-1.
Seems like the first inning was a long time ago.
It does.
We are just now 2 innings into it. 2 1/3. Both teams playing for their season to continue.
This one's in there for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. The Patriots have a good shot at going on after this, but Shawnee State by far definitely playing, as it's win or go home for them. This pitch popped up on the right side. Schmidt tracking back, makes a grab in foul territory for out number 2.
How many times have we seen that? Chase Schmidt ranging well out of his first base area to go make a play.
Now batting number 21.
But that shows
JT Boggs.
the heart that the kid's got to try to get out there and make the play. He's such a team guy.
JP and I can attest to this. He's Cumberland's Anthony Rizzo. He really is.
Absolutely.
First pitch swung on. It's grounded to the right side and foul. Counts 0-1 from JT Boggs, who is 0 for 1 on the ball game. He was a strikeout victim his first time up.
Big first baseman, athletic, hustles, gets hit by pitches.
Pitch misses for a ball. Count evens at 1-1. Is Rizzo prone to hit by pitches that much?
He does crowd the plate. He really Schmidt's approach is a lot like Rizzo.
Oh, okay.
The difference is they don't pitch, like teams won't pitch inside to Rizzo.
Pitch swung on. It's hit well into right field. And it's going to get over the head of Villegas all the way to the wall. He'll fire it in. They'll hold Boggs to a 2-out double to deep right. Now Shawnee State with a runner on in scoring position and 2 down as Chase Thurber will come to the plate.
Now batting.
0 for 1 on the
number
ballgame with a
Chase
walk.
Thurber.
So misses low for ball 1.
Still can't get over that. Congrats, ladies. What a win they had. Softball team winning the Mid-South Conference Championship, defeating Georgetown, Campbellsville, Lindsey Wilson twice.
And I know, just happy for a lot of the seniors on that team. Just a massive graduating class this year. And for them to be able to go out that way.
This pitch is swung on and hit deep down the left side. It's a base hit for Thurber. And it's going to be held to a single down the left side. Boggs will come in to score. And Shawnee State has cut into the lead now at 3-1 here in the top of the third.
Thurber got a pitch on the inside and belted it down the line to get his team a run. Brian Benz, a good play. You'll see some left fielders come up thinking they have a chance at the plate. Benz, even if he has a chance, I don't think he did, but even if he does, he says, you know what, the percentages say, let's go ahead and keep that runner at first base. Cumberlands has the lead. Try to get the double play, or try to get the force play at second.
Pitch high, ball 1 now to Rose, who is 0 for 1 on the game.
And when you have confidence in your pitcher and have confidence in your bats that the Patriots now do after having a successful game 2, you can play just a little bit more conservatively, not stress over things, but just
1-0 pitch swung on. It's popped up to the left side. Making the grab is Prado. Out number 3, and the inning is over as he makes the catch out in shallow left field for the out. We head to the bottom of the third. Patriots with a 3-1 lead right here on the UC Sports Network. Reed Spada will lead off the inning here for the Patriots, bottom half of the third. Bunt showed, he'll pull back, take for a strike. Bo Kidd. JB Kirby and Brandon Hensley here with the call. As Spada steps in 0 for 1 on the ball game with a flyout. Jesse James begins his first full inning of work. As this one hits low for a ball, count evens up at 1 apiece.
Today has basically been Brian Ben's day.
Yeah, you could say that. 4 for 5 outings so far.
7 ribs on the afternoon.
This pitch is a high chopper up the middle. Good luck throwing out Reed Spada on that one, even if you do glove it. Unfortunately for Shawnee State, Marshall couldn't glove it. It's a single up the middle for Reed Spada.
good hustle out of the box to get to that one. And it's one of those situations where Spada charging out of the box put the pressure on Marshall that's the only play he had was to try to
and once again,
get the quick transfer.
Even if he does glove that, I'm not sure he can throw out Reed Spada right there. Schmidt, who comes to the plate now with a single and a run scored. He's had a pretty productive day, even though the hits don't show it.
Well, the hits show the bruises, the HBPs.
It nearly took one right there, as that one's inside for a ball.
I'm not saying he's Kirk Gibson, but if he were to go yard here, he would have a little bit of that, give the little, I don't know what you would call that, the tractor
the fist
pull.
punt.
Yeah.
Fist pump. James with the 1-0. Swung on. This is laced down the left side, but foul. And the count evens up at one apiece.
I didn't ask me, is he a Tigers fan? Do we know that, being a Michigan guy?
You know, I don't know. I would say so. You know, the family did bring us the hot dogs from
Comerica Park,
Comerica
so
Park.
I'm assuming that they frequent it.
It's a beautiful pitch by James, just breaking almost out on the outside part of the strike zone.
Counts now 2-1 to
kind of surprised by the lack of running that we've seen in the game. And now it's a good count maybe to go on. They're not sending Spada.
This one's fouled off. Counts now 2-2.
Yeah, we have no clue if any of the Shawnee State catchers that have played can throw a runner out because the Patriots have not sent anybody yet. But to be fair, there's not been a ton of what you would call running situations. Percentages say some of these situations you take your chances at the plate. But don't put it past Spada. He's a very good base runner. This could be a pitch he can go on here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. As Spada gets his lead, James comes set. The pitch to Schmidu is fouled back to the screen, and we'll do it again at 2-2.
That was a hanger.
Yes. I'd have to go back and look, but Brandon, I would venture to say that may be the lowest seeded team in conference history to win a conference title out at softball.
I would imagine so.
As a 6th seed.
We're going to take the assumptions, which you're never supposed to do, but we're going to apply them just because.
6 seeds roll, though, here.
Yeah, just because at the Mid-South Conference level and at this level, usually you have your top teams and then everybody else. This year there has been some parity.
The 2-2 swung on right at the shortstop, and he is safe at first.
That's a great play, though, out at short by Marshall.
Yes, absolutely it was. On the fielder's choice, 6 unassisted as Spada.
The Patriots actually ran themselves into that force out. Marshall was going to cover the bag because Spada was on the go. If he is in normal depth, that gets through for a base hit.
Maybe so.
Absolutely does, because he's running right into it.
Schmidu now at first, landed Byron to the plate. He singled his last time up. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Pitch swung on. It's popped up to the right side. It's going to get out of play. And it kind of evens up at 1 apiece now here on Byron.
Well, I think you and I are probably doing the same thing right now. We're just going through Twitter and trying to retweet.
Oh, absolutely.
retweet everybody that's mentioning anything about softball. Oh, did Ray? I'm not retweeting anything Raymond said, though.
No, I just liked it. I didn't retweet his.
No. A like's basically saying, yeah, all right, I saw it. I still want to be your friend, I guess.
1-1 pitch now to Byron. Swung on, foul back. Counts 1-2.
It is. It's like saying I like it. I don't love it, because if I did, I would retweet it. That's what a like is.
By the way, as we get in between batters here in a moment, I'm going to talk with you about a softball young lady from Brno College here shortly. As her numbers on the year.
Is she a pitcher?
She is a pitcher. And they are flabbergasting. As this one is swung on and missed by Byron for strike 3. Out number 2 as Andrew Ramos will come to the plate 0 for 1 on the ball game. This young lady, don't have her name right here in front of me.
Number 33, Andrew Ramos.
But basically leading you to a team or to a conference championship, you could say that. 303rd innings pitched. 42-2 on the season, 524 strikeouts with an ERA of 0.52.
I got lost in the first amount of numbers there. That's a lot of numbers, a lot of success. Usually, though, usually it's a situation. She could be that good. She could be playing in a bad conference. We don't know, but that's just amazing numbers either way.
42 wins. That's
42-2. And over 500 strikeouts in 300 innings of work. Ball smoked down the left side, base hit. Schmidu rounding second. He's going to head for third.
There we go.
Coach
They're sending
Shelton,
him home.
he's sending the big fella home. The play at the plate, not in time. Ramos in with an RBI double, driving in Chase Schmidt, and the Patriots lead back to 3 at 4-1.
That's some gutty running by the big man there.
That's Coach Shelton seeing that the big fella is moving and I'm not stopping him.
The big train coming home. And for everybody at home, if you didn't need new speakers, now you do. Oh, kid, with making up for the home run call that was not last night.
Man, don't bring it back up. Don't bring it back up.
But yeah, that's timely hitting once again. My man Ramos coming through. Schmidt, he's probably going to be a little sore tomorrow.
Talk about your timely hitters. Here's Brian Benz to the plate.
What's he done today?
Oh, just a 3-run home run in this ball game. Don't forget the other 3 extra base hits in game 1 this afternoon. First pitch misses outside, ball 1.
You know, he seems to be calm at the plate. He's not lunging or thinking about going after bad pitches. He's letting it come to him. And definitely this is a matchup that favors Benz. If he gets his pitch anywhere around the strike zone, we could see home run number 2.
1-0 pitch from James on the way. Inside corner for a strike, counts 1-1. Elmore does come in to run for Ramos in this situation. Now once again, 1 on, 2 down, and that's another 2-out RBI for the Patriots. The 1-1. Benz pops this one up to the right side. Raymond under it, out in the outfield. He'll make the grab out number 3. The inning is over, but not before Ramos drives in another run for the Patriots. We head to the 4th. Patriots leading 4-1 right here on the UC Sports Network.
Now batting number 44, Andrew Ditto.
Andrew Ditto will lead off the inning here for Shawnee State, top half of the 4th, as the Patriots hold a 4-1 lead here over Shawnee State. Bo Kid, J.P. Kirby, Brandon Hensley here with the call. First pitch to Ditto, misses for a ball. He struck out swinging his first time up. Pitch in there for a strike. Now count evens up at 1 apiece. One, misses low ball 2.
Easterwood continuing to work the curveball, and it's been a good one so far today. 4 strikeouts coming into this inning.
There's a swing and a miss at another breaking ball for strike 2, and the count evens at 2 apiece. They're saying he did not go around.
No.
Whew.
I think that's a good call. I
It's
didn't
very
see
close.
it.
I didn't think he went, though.
But definitely, the plus to this is before the conference went to 3 umpires, you would have an umpire at second base determining yes or no. Now you have a true vision of that.
3-2 is low in the dirt, ball 4. Easterwood leads off the inning with a walk. And you just wonder how long is the leash going to be with Colt Easterwood in this one.
I think it's until the Shawnee State hitters start sizing him up and getting good swings on him. So far, only a couple of good swings. You see only 2 hits
Now
on
batting number
the
14,
scoreboard.
Sam Gerhold.
But if you see that they're getting good looks and he's putting base runners on, maybe you go. But you give the young man a chance, I think, for the win today.
Easterwood, first pitch is high, ball 1. Now to Gerhold, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
The Patriots are almost due for another double play. They've turned a handful today.
The 1-0 pitch misses high, ball 2.
Have we seen Easterwood with a throw over yet?
No. The 2-0 in there for a strike.
This game for both teams, both days, has really been station to station. We've not seen anyone really challenge. Really, the only challenge we had was last night when Ramos was able to gun down a runner going to third.
Yes.
That really boosted the Patriots. Thought the momentum from that play was going to get them over the edge, over the hill.
And then we saw the caught stealing
Yeah.
here this afternoon
Right.
down to third.
That could have been a missed sign on that one today, but it's been, you're right, just both teams not taking a lot of chances, just trying to play the percentages and play safe baseball. Sometimes there's no need to take chances when those opportunities look better coming from the swing.
This one misses for a ball. Now count goes full. The 3-2 to gear hold. Swung on. It's flown into left field. Benz having to charge. He will not charge. It's going to be a throw by Pantoja as Pantoja comes back, or not Pantoja, excuse me. Prado goes back to make the grab for out number one in shallow left field.
Yeah, Benz, we thought at first that ball might get to him, but the way the wind is blowing, Prado realizing that, this as a shortstop, anything shallow outfield, his job to go get. Did a good job running that one down.
Casey Claflin now to the plate. He's 0 for 1, a strikeout victim. Easterwood comes set. Breaking ball.
Back to that last
Doesn't
play,
break.
too. Credit to Chase Schmidt, who had to field a really hot ball from Prado over there in the outfield grass, and that was really not sure how advised that throw would be, but a
I'm
good
not
job by
sure.
Schmidt to save the base that it would have cost.
Not sure why the throw. I don't think he was that far off the bag. As Claflin takes a strike to make the count 1-1. I don't think they were going to double him off at any point in time. Pitch swung on. It's popped up to the left side. It's going to get out of play.
Okay, do you drive a black vehicle?
Well, I do, but you can't see it from here.
Oh, well, I'm not going to I might get your license plate and people will be after you, but you were fortunate, my friend. I kid, that ball was not close, but every time I see you parking at an event, you have the premier parking spot to get hit.
I park in a very safe spot right there. Very rarely will you ever see something hit right there.
When it happens, I can only hope that
As I
I get
knock on
on
wood.
camera.
No.
Breaking
Ooh.
ball
That
just missing for a ball. Counts 2-2. As Brandon, I saw you throw a chicken wing out there. That could have easily been a hit by pitch if Claflin, throws that elbow out a little bit.
Or it could have been a no pitch, right?
They could have called it a ball.
Yeah.
The 2-2 breaking ball misses ball 3, and now Claflin works a full count.
Easterwood, we've seen him.
Third straight batter here in the inning that has worked a full count onto Easterwood.
He's really enjoyed using his breaking ball with a 3-2 count. We'll see if he does it again.
The 3-2 goes with the fastball and misses low, ball 4, now 2 on and 1 down. And here comes Coach Shelton, and I think it may be the ball game for Easterwood. And it is. Colton Easterwood gives the Patriots 3 1/3 strong innings here this afternoon. And now we'll turn to Zach Hurley. We'll be back when he's ready to go. Top of the 4th here. Patriots lead at 4-1 here on the UC Sports Network. Top half of the 4th inning, 1 down, 2 on, as Hurley enters the game. On the season, Zach Hurley, 4.89 ERA, 6-2, 53 and a third innings, 58 hits, 33 runs, 29 earned, 27 walks, 53 strikeouts out of the right-hander from London, Kentucky. He will face Blake Marshall, who is 0 for 1 on the ball game.
Hurley, we know, possesses a very zippy fastball.
First pitch is swung on and it's hit right at Villegas. Play at second is in time. Double play.
All right.
And Ditto may be hurt on the play as he turned and may have rolled an ankle. It is a 9-6 double play to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 4-1 Patriots lead on the UC Sports Network. Guillermo Villegas will lead it off here for the Patriots. Bottom half of the fourth inning, and UC holds a 4-1 lead. Bo Kid, JP Kirby, Brandon Hensley here with the call this afternoon. Game 3 of the best of 3 series. Jesse James, first pitch to Villegas is torched to the left side, but foul. Counts 0-1.
Villegas has been very consistent today in terms of his approach at the plate, and he's been able to spoil everything and then rip it into left field.
The 0-1's fouled off to the right side and out of play, and the count's now 0-2.
Yeah, that time Guillermo, recognizing the breaking ball, tried to adjust. Got a little bit on the hands, fought it off. And we'll see what kind of two-strike hitter he can be.
G's been on 4 of his 5 appearances so far.
Pitch
It's the
swung
same
on.
thing.
There's a base hit. Another two-strike single by Guillermo Villegas here in this one.
2 strikes, and going back to what we were talking about in the game earlier today, this comparison to Vladimir Guerrero, it doesn't matter where Shawnee pitchers have put the ball, Guillermo's put it in left field.
Right now the Bears expecting a bunt. We'll see what Prado does here.
And it hit him. So Prado will take a hit by pitch, and that extends his lead on the team. Now 15 hit by pitches on the season now for Roberto Prado. Puts 2 on now for the Patriots, and nobody down. Kevin Pantoja coming to the plate.
Every time Pantoja, and there's just a handful of Patriots like this, but every time he gets up with runners on, you know what's going through his head. His head is like, hey, let's produce some runs, swing hard, make something happen. And the way he swings, he could easily make this a 6-run baseball game.
There is a lot of room in the third base gap.
And he lays down a beautiful bunt, but it just trickles foul.
The way he swings, he could easily make this a 4-1 baseball game with a bunt hit. How about that? But that's just
It's team baseball.
Exactly.
It's team baseball.
It goes back to what we taught, the versatility. These players, nobody on the team is one-dimensional, and the guys that maybe at the first of the year look like they didn't possess as many things, they've made the adjustments, and they've gotten better in their games.
And no one on this team is selfish. Look at Pantoja and Reyes at the top of the order. How many times have we seen them put bunts down? When you got a guy like Prado getting on base.
There's another one. You're not throwing him out.
Yes.
As that ball gets well past the first baseman and out into right field, 2 runs come in to score on the error. And now Pantoja is at first, shaken up a little bit on the collision over at first by Boggs.
Guys, what you didn't see, Villegas told Prado to slide when he didn't have to, and Prado got up. It's almost like Adrian Beltre and the other guy that would mess with him. I think Villegas was messing with Prado, telling him to slide, and Villegas had a big smile on his face knowing that Prado really didn't have to slide. But that was actually the third baseman and pitcher had collided too on the throw. That's one of the reasons the throw went errant.
They try to send to me.
So James very.
The question is would it have been a base hit?
I think so.
I believe so. That's the.
I thought as soon as it was late, but once again, as an official scorer, Bo Kid, you have always some decisions you have to make. Never ask me because I always go the other way. I just got the update on my phone. We have some severe weather getting into the area.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's going to get to us, but see on the video it got dark.
That one's in
Let's
there for
hear
a
it.
strike now to Reyes. Counts 0-2. Now, how that would work, I'm not sure because the Patriots and the Bears have split. I think if the game is called due to weather, if there's not enough innings in the game, then I think how that goes is this one's a fly out to center. Helton makes the grab. Pantoja will trot back. And now they're giving Pantoja. They are
They're
calling
going to call a balk before that pitch.
before the pitch. It's an 0-2 count. So now a runner at second with an 0-2 count. But if there's not enough innings in for them to be able to call the game, then I think it goes to the higher seed.
Whoa.
That's a tough break, but look back at my phone. It said low risk, so we're all right, I believe.
0-2 pitch to Reyes. Misses outside ball one.
My question is, if it was a low risk, why even say anything? It's like low risk of a volcano today. Of course.
Have to look into the Mid-South Conference guidelines for volcano
Yeah,
emergencies.
please. Find where that one is for us.
In Bowling Green, because one just erupted in the Dean machine and the ladies.
Strike three called on Jesse Reyes as he goes down looking. Pantoja now once again stands at second with one down, and Reed Spada coming to the plate.
Ever look at Heather whenever I talk? She just shakes her head, knowing that whatever
Do
I
you
say is
blame her?
complete nonsense.
Do you blame her?
She signed up to work for us. She knew what she's getting into.
She came back, too. Which
came
is
back
the
after a
more
year.
surprising part.
Swung on. This is a blooper to the right side. Gloved by Boggs on a diving grab in shallow right field for out number two.
Nice play, young man. At first, it looked like Boggs was not going to get to it. Then he used every bit of his frame to extend out and make a tremendous catch. And first baseman making that catch, that's big time right there.
Oh, absolutely it is.
That saved a run, too.
Pantoja stays at second. Here's Chase Schmidu, who's 1 for 2 on the game. He's reached both times, scored both times. Single and a fielder's choice. Just see him go long. He swung for it. That one's fouled off. Counts 0-1.
And went off the head of the catcher, Cleland.
Just skipped him, I believe.
But every time we look at Smidu this year, what he's done, you go back to last year. Where was it at last year? You know, I think he was stressing a little too much last year.
They changed up a little bit in his batting stance, shortened his swing up a little bit, and it's helped tremendously this season.
And we noticed it right away at the beginning of the year.
Schmidu swung on. This one's popped up to the left side. And foul. Counts now 0-2.
Nearly got your carbo.
Did not. Not even close.
You couldn't see.
Not even close. I know where my car's at, and I know where the trajectory of that ball went.
Hey, don't make up words. You said flabbergasted earlier.
Yes, I did.
I Wikipedia'd that word.
Get your thesaurus out there, buddy.
First, I always thought that was a dinosaur. They could read well.
Oh, my gosh. 0-2.
Look at the just had a
Oh
stolen
my
base.
gosh. Pantoja,
He was.
a mile.
Everybody's
jump.
sleeping on him.
No one came to cover the bag at any point.
There was no sense in it. He was already halfway to third whenever he made the break. Oh, my goodness. So a stolen base for Pantoja. He stands 90 feet away. Chase Schmidt sends this one a mile high into center field. Coming in to try to make the diving effort,
Oh, wow.
and has to make a diving effort, is Helton for out number 3. And the inning is over. That ball looked like it was trailing well into right center. And it takes Helton diving in front of him to make the grab for out number 3. The inning is over, but the Patriots put 2 more on the scoreboard here. In the inning, we head to the top half of the 5th. Patriots lead at 6-1 here on the UC Sports Network. Christian Helton will lead off the inning here in the top half of the 5th. Game 3 of the best-of-3 series. We are locked up at 1-1, and the Patriots hold a 6-1 lead here in game number 3. Zach Hurley on the mound. First pitch to Helton, misses low ball 1. Helton 0 for 1 on the ball game with a pop-out. Bo Kid, J.P. Kirby, and Brandon Hensley here, as it has been a great day for Patriots athletics here this afternoon. The 1-0 swung on. It's popped up right in the middle of the infield. Prado will make the grab for out number 1.
It's like Candlestick Park today, the old Candlestick Park where the Giants used to play in the Niners. The windiest park in baseball. It would blow all around it. Players today will have to really locate the baseball and see the trajectory of it. You like that, Bo? I used your word.
Oh, look at him.
I used your word. But it's going to be tough. Even simple plays could turn into tough plays.
Pitch in there for a strike now to Brandon Raymond. Makes it an 0-1 count. He's 0 for 2 on the ball game.
Only in the 5th inning, it feels like we are so much farther along than that.
Well, it also feels like it because the Patriot pitchers have actually, to this point, between Hurley and Easterwood, have actually pitched. You know, you look at the line. You're talking 1 run on 2 hits, 4 strikeouts combined coming into this inning.
Pitches a ground to short. To first in time on the 0-2 ground out to short. 6-3 puts 2 away.
The Patriot pitchers have been effective and have gotten batters out. It's just taken a while. Easterwood threw over 70 pitches through the 3 and 2/3 innings. 3 1/3 innings he pitched.
Now batting number 21, J.T. Boggs.
Swung on. It's a high chopper up the middle. It's going to get through, base hit. A 2-out single by J.T. Boggs puts a runner on for Shawnee State with 2 away, and Chase Thurber coming to the plate.
Boggs now showing himself to be one of the more dangerous batters in Shawnee's lineup. Got a single and a double scored so far in this game.
Thurber is 1 for 1 on the ball game. Has reached both times, though. Walked and singled, also driven in a run. The only run of the ball game for Shawnee. First pitch misses for a ball as Hurley comes set. 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Count evens up at 1 apiece. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Now quickly, Hurley works ahead 1-2. Early comes set. He's working quickly on the hill. The 1-2 just missing on the inside corner. Count even to 2 apiece. Cut on and missed strike 3. Thurber down on strikes to end the inning, and Shawnee State strands another runner on. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Patriots leading Shawnee State by a score of 6-1 here. Game 3 of the series right here on the UC Sports Network. Here with the call, Byron steps in with a 1-for-2 outing thus far. Single and a strikeout. First pitch from James misses low for a ball.
Byron, the guy the Patriots could definitely use to start getting to the numbers that we've seen him get to earlier in the year.
Pitch swung on a missed strike 1. Count evens up and out 1 apiece. As it is Byron, Ramos, and Benz due up here for the Patriots. The 1-1 swung on, fouled off. Count now goes to 1-2 here on Byron.
Landon Byron, he's had a quiet couple of weeks, seems like, but he's still been a solid player for the Patriots.
Pitch swung on. It's hit deep to left. But making the grab on the warning track is Thurber for out number 1.
And that's a ball that if the wind's blowing out, it's out of here.
The wind's not blowing at all. It may be out of here.
Yeah, Byron didn't hit it as well as he's hit other balls, but he still hit it well enough to give it a ride.
Now batting, number 33.
But it's just like a lot of the balls hit today. If they're up in the air toward left field, you just have not felt that they're dangerous. You're not really questioning whether they're going to be out or not.
Andrew Ramos to the plate, 1-for-2 with a double, a strikeout, and an RBI. First pitch in there, strike 1 on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. 1 down here in the inning. This pitch is low ball 1. Count evens now 1 apiece.
James, strange delivery. If you notice, as he moves toward the plate, he's got a little bobbing motion back and forth on his way down the hill.
Well, Ramos doesn't matter about the bobbing. He'll drive that one into left center field for a base hit. Ramos will come off. Elmore will come on to run. Brian Benz will come to the plate. 1-for-2 on the ball game. Now time going to be called, and that may be the day for Jesse James.
Yep.
And it is. Jesse James will come out of the game. We'll be back when the new pitcher's ready to go here shortly on the UC Sports Network. Brian Benz comes to the plate, 1 on, 1 down, as Brady Niddle will come in to pitch now for Shawnee State. Niddle, 6.26 ERA, 2-4 on the season, 27 and a third innings, 39 hits, 23 runs, 19 earned, 11 walks, 18 strikeouts. The pitch to Niddle swung on by Benz, fouled off, counts 0-1. Once again, Benz 1-for-2 and has a 3-run home run to his credit. Hear the wind blowing in as some storms are on the way here to Williamsburg. Check swing by Benz is fouled off and the count's 0-2.
That wind that has been blowing in and knocking the baseballs down toward the field, the same wind that's blowing the front from the southwest. It's already been through Bowling Green, apparently, getting a word from some friends back home that it's pouring.
The 0-2 swung on, laced down the left side. Another extra base hit for Brian Benz. Rounding third, heading for home is Elmore. He's going to score easily standing up, and it is another RBI double for Brian Benz here this afternoon. The kid has been absolutely unstoppable.
Benz has, I don't know how many total bases already today, plus 10, but the RBIs, he has,
he had, what, 4 in game 1?
Yeah.
So 4 here in game 2. That's 4 here in game 2.
So he's been the player that the Patriots needed today. They needed somebody to step up and lead.
13 bases today.
13 total bases.
And he's been the Patriot offense. The Patriot offense has functioned very well today, but you point to one player, and it's definitely Brian Benz making things happen.
Making a case for a Mid-South Conference Player of the Week
Absolutely.
by far. An 0-1 count now, 1 down here to Guillermo Villegas as he takes a pitch on the inside corner for strike 2. Now counts 0-2. He's 2 for 2 on the day with a couple of singles and a run scored.
And refresh me, have they both been with 2 strikes?
They have both been with 2 strikes.
Got him right where he wants him.
Choke and poke. But for him, it's been reach and drop. Swung on and fouled off to the left side. Because both the pitches were on the outside corner, and he pulls them to left.
This is what we go back to talk about, how he is up on the plate. And, you're forced to go over the heart of the plate or outside. He can get to any of those pitches.
And we talked about his hand speed earlier, as now he's actually backing off just a little bit as we say that. But the hand speed, he's been able to hit anything on the inside of the plate because he can get his hands around so quick. It forces the pitcher.
Pitch swung on. It's lifted into center field. And making the grab is Helton for out number 2.
Usually forces the pitcher to throw something on the outside half.
Here comes Roberto Prado to the plate. He's been hit by 2 pitches. Has yet to record an at-bat this afternoon with 2 hit by pitches and a run scored. First pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. Counts 0-1.
We see the Shawnee second baseman shading toward the middle, so there is a substantial hole on the right side if Prado can lace one through.
The pitch, high chopper down the first base side. And fielding the grounder is Boggs. He'll stretch and make the tag out at first. The 3 unassisted ground out will end the inning. Patriots do put one more run across the board, though, on a double by Brian Benz. We head to the 6th, 7-1. Patriots lead it here on the UC Sports Network. Nick Rose will lead it off here for Shawnee State. Top half of the 6th inning. Patriots leading it 7-1 here against the Bears of Shawnee State. First pitch from Hurley misses high for ball 1.
So now it's an official baseball game. Weather should not be an issue. It will just only prolong the decision if it does come.
That's correct. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Count evens now at 1 apiece.
Now, Bo, I think I know, but refresh us all. If this remains the same score, goes the distance, Hurley would get the win.
That is correct, because Easterwood did not get 5 innings in. Pitch swung on, it's fouled off. Nice glove over on the right side by Coach Brad Shelton.
One time I didn't follow it. He nabs it. Now, what if the game were to get called right now? Would it still be Hurley?
It would still be Hurley.
Even though at that point,
I believe so.
Easterwood would have thrown a majority of the innings?
I believe so. Well, I don't know. We'd have to look at that one. Oh. Off the glove of Pantoja. He sticks with it, though. Over to first in time.
Wow.
5-3 on the ground out.
That's what we call in the business stick-to-itiveness. Or in Yardier Molina's case, just stick 'em. No, Pantoja staying with it. You know, a lot of fielders, they missed that ball. They dropped their head. But Pantoja knowing that if he could relocate the baseball, he'd have a nice shot at throwing the runner out, and he did so.
Knowing that sometimes it's just easier to do it the hard way.
Thank you, JP.
Now batting, number 27.
I still
Frank
can't
Van
get that.
Loo.
I'm sorry, guys. How is it easier to do it the hard way?
It's not, Bo. It's just sometimes you do it the hard way and it works. It's basically what really happens.
You guys are killing me. Counts 0-1 now here on Ditto.
I really like the way the Patriots have came back today, rebounded from the loss last night, and they've seemed to have found that focus that they've had the majority of the season.
The 0-1 swung on, fouled off as Ditto just cannot seem to catch up to the fastball of Zach Hurley.
Well, I believe that is pinch hitter for Ditto.
It is. It's Van Loo who's
Oh, that's
now into
correct.
bat.
Sometimes these late games will sneak in players on us.
Well, I forgot the that he got hurt.
Van Loo did have an at-bat in the 8th inning of Game 2 here today. Game number 1. And we'll strike out again.
Throw down to first in time on the 2-3 just to ensure the strikeout for out number 2.
Now batting, number 14.
How many strikeouts in the
Sam
game is that now for the Patriot pitching staff?
Patriot pitching staff has now recorded 6 strikeouts
And
to
then-
this point, and they've walked 3 batters.
Yep,
What
four for Easterwood, 2 for Hurley.
What did Gap and Castellano have combined?
Gap had 4 last night. Castellano had 4 today. First pitch in there for a strike now to Sam Gearhold. And the count is 0-1. He is 0 for 2 on the game. Hurley comes set, the 0-1. Swung on, fouled off. And once again, as we've talked about it before, Zach Hurley seems to be getting stronger as the game goes on.
Cue Kanye.
His fastball seems to be getting a little bit more pop to it. He seems to be getting a little bit more control of his breaking stuff.
I'll tell you what it is, Bo. The first inning and some change, he came in just throwing a couple of pitches and they were put in place. Now he's actually chance to throw some pitches and get some strikes and get some guys to swing and miss.
And staying ahead of batters in the count now, that pitch, you could throw that 1-2, that 0-2 in the dirt because you're ahead, and he's not had to struggle to catch up as Easterwood kind of did early on in the game, pitching behind batters. Hurley has done a good job staying in front.
The 1-2 from Hurley. Swung on. It's grounded to the left side. Gloved by Prado. Over to first. In time. 6-3 on a fantastic throw by Prado. Ends the inning.
And Smidu with another amazing stretch.
Just a great defensive play all around. That wasn't even an easy ball to even field over there at shortstop, and he did a great job.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. Patriots lead it by 6. It's 7-1 here on the UC Sports Network. Top of the lineup due up here for the Patriots. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Kevin Pantoja will come to the plate as the 1-2-3 hitters are due for the Patriots. First pitch in there for a strike from Niddle. Count is 0-1 on Pantoja, who is 1 for 3 on the ball game with a bunt single and a stolen base. Bo Kid, JP Kirby, and Brandon Hensley here with the call this afternoon as Pantoja puts a hefty cut at that one for a swing and miss, strike 2.
Hey, I'm back. I was on the phone with the wife.
Oh, BH loves his wife.
Yard work awaits me.
In the rain? Have fun.
I'm trying to.
The 0-2 misses for a ball, counts 1-2.
We promised the oldest son that he will get a koi pond for his birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
So that means
That boy loves his This one misses in the dirt, ball 2, counts 2-2.
I couldn't let him. It was hard for him to wrap his mind around that people eat fish. And I told him, and he was almost in tears. Like, why would they eat fish?
2-2 pitch swung on, fouled off. And we'll do it again now at 2-2. Pantoja, Reyes, and Spada due up here in the inning. The 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Patriots are a combined 6 of 9 with 5 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Off the glove of the pitcher over to first in time. 1-4-3 on the ground out. Puts one away.
Guys, I go back to it. I don't mind calling a base runner out or safe, but I just never see a reason for an official, whatever sport, to
delay.
To get into it so much to where they feel like they need to be a part of it. Just, out or safe. There's no need to do a big punch out. Of course, I know if I was a home plate umpire, maybe I would have an elaborate strike 3 call.
Swung on, hit deep to left field, and it is foul. Counts 0-1 on Reyes, who's 0-for-3 on the ball game.
Well,
I'm sure you've got one.
I do, and
I do too.
the idea of a big call like that on a close play is more along the lines of when it's a close call, you make it big and you make it confident, so there's no question that you know what the right call is, whether you do or not. You sell it that way. It causes you fewer problems if you make sure everyone in the park knows that you've got the call and you've made the right call and you're confident about it.
Jesse Reyes gets on the hit train here with a base hit back up the middle, a 1-out single into center. Now gives every starter for the Patriots a hit in this ball game, except for Roberto Prado, who is 0-for-1 with 2 hit-by pitches.
Just to finish out the thought, that being said, there are definitely times when umpires and officials, as you said, insert themselves into the game when they don't need to, being loud, when it's unnecessary and drawing attention to yourself. You can see that, and the officials should not be a part of the game, and other than just calling the play.
The 0-1 now to Spada is fouled off to the right side out of play. And the count's 1-2.
I go down as saying I think the best officials in professional sports, I think they're in Major League Baseball, really do. Because they're forced now to, there's so many replays. It's hard to argue.
Niddle looks in for the sign from Claflin and comes set. The 0-2 misses high, ball 1. Counts 1-2, 1 down, 1 on here for the Patriots. Bottom of the 6th, they lead it by 6. The 1-2 misses, ball 2 on the inside. Count now evens at 2-2. Spada looking for hit number 2 here in the ball game. This one misses, ball 3. Now the count goes full here on Spada as a pitcher is in the bullpen warming up for Shawnee State. That's number 34.
Yep.
It's Derek Moore.
Yes, it is. I was looking down there and I saw that, man, and knew that Shawnee State was maybe going to give their big guy another crack at it. It's to the point now, though, it doesn't.
Is it too late?
I think maybe still. I don't see Shawnee's offense, unless something really starts clicking, putting 6 runs on Hurley right now, the way he's pitching.
Pitch is fouled off. Now a 3-2 count once again here on Spada. Swung on, it's through the whole left side, base hit. Reyes makes a turn. He'll trot back to second.
It goes back to, Moore maybe sensing in Shawnee that this could be their final game of the season. You let him, if he's a senior or freshman.
Supposed to be gone after this year is what Coach Shelton said last night.
It's kind of a courtesy thing. You let him come off on his own terms. You let him pitch to a batter or so. And
yeah, he is a senior. Chase Schmidu comes to the dish. 1 for 3, 2 runs scored. Single and a fielder's choice. He's got 2 on with 1 down. First pitch swung on, and it's popped up. Shallow center field. Helton coming in, makes the grab for out number 2.
Yeah, this is a play like that. I don't think it's a stretch, BH, when you talked about Candlestick Park. I saw the second baseman and the center fielder tracking the same ball take completely different lines on it. And the wind is just whipping around with these high fly balls.
It started actually at the beginning of the game, started coming in from right field and straight at the plate. Now it's sort of coming in from left straight towards the foul, or straight towards home plate. This one misses for a ball to Byron, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. But if you take a look at the flag, Brandon may be able to get us a picture of that here momentarily. You just have no clue which way it's going to blow right now. 1-0 misses low, ball 2.
Here you go, Bo, for you.
Just for me, thank you. So right now that ball, or the wind, blowing in more from right center.
How many broadcasters do you know that can control the camera to give the shot you want? It's usually in the truck somewhere.
2-0 pitch misses inside, ball 3. Now Byron has worked a 3-0 count. In there for a strike, counts 3-1.
Patriots 12 hits in the game, which is easily their most of the series.
Swung on and fouled off by Byron. Now the count's full. Reyes and Spada will be on the move. On the pitch. The 3-2 offering from Niddle. Swung on. It's grounded towards third. Rose up with it over to first in time. 5-3 ground out will end the inning. The Patriots strand 2 on. We head to the 7th. 7-1 Patriots lead here on the UC Sports Network. Casey Claflin will lead it off here for Shawnee State. Top half of the 7th inning as Shawnee trails 7-1 here in the third and decisive game of the best of 3 series. Bo Kid, J.P. Kirby, and Brandon Hensley here with the call as Zach Hurley looks in for the sign and comes set. First pitch of the inning on the way. It's a fastball just a bit low for ball 1.
Bo, you mentioned between innings you love the combination of Easterwood and Hurley when it comes to what they possess differently and how that can be an effective combination against teams. And you're reading a tweet as I'm
No, I'm not reading a tweet.
Asking a question.
I'm not reading a tweet. I'm looking at a picture that was just sent to me from our man J.P. Kirby here, talking about our first baseman Chase Schmidu. That one's in there for a strike. Here you go, Brandon.
JP, did you work on this the whole time?
Yeah, I did.
But no, the combination between the two have been so good throughout the season after Hurley was taken out of the starting role and Easterwood comes in. I mean, you look at the two combined now with a overall record of, I believe it's 9-2 right now between the two pitchers. As Hurley's 6-2, Easterwood's 3-0. I mean, you can't ask for much better. As this one's a ground ball to Pantoja over to first. In time on the 5-3 ground out, puts one away. I mean, there's and in the Mid-South Conference, Brandon, that's something that many teams would only hope and pray that they had, was 4 guys that they could turn to in conference play for 3 games and say, okay, who's going to get the start here this afternoon? Do you go? You've got Gap, Castellano, you've got Easterwood, you've got Hurley, and now it's just who are you going to start? Who's not going to get the nod? Who's going to have to come in relief, kind of thing. This one swung on, fouled off to Marshall, and the count is 0-1.
At the beginning of the year, you see 55 games. That's a lot of baseball.
It is.
But then you see that for pitchers, that's not a lot of baseball.
No.
There's a lot of pitchers that don't get the amount of innings you'd like just because you need your main starters to go longer.
This pitch swung on and fouled off by Marshall. Counts 0-2. Marshall is 0 for 2 on the game.
And that's also why it's important to have a nice strength of schedule. That way you don't run any games that are shortened games because of the mercy rule. You want pitchers to get as many innings as possible. I would imagine as a coach, and that's something that I don't see how Shelton and Martin do it, is trying to keep those pitchers happy and on the same page, knowing that not everybody's going to get the innings that maybe they wanted.
Hurley fires this one in. It's swung on. It's foul. Wow. That ball started directly at Guillermo Villegas and ended up out of play for another long foul ball. That just shows you how strong the wind is here this afternoon. Patriots 7 runs on 12 hits, 1 error. Shawnee 1 run on 3 hits and an error. So, once again, you talk about the effectiveness of Easterwood and Hurley. You've given up 3 hits on the ball game, and you've stranded 5 runners on in Shawnee State. Swung on. This one's get down in center field for a base hit. 1-out single by Blake Marshall.
Only the second base runner allowed since Hurley entered the game. First at bat, Hurley in the 4th inning got a double play. Since then, only 2 base hit singles.
Pinch runner coming into the ball game for Shawnee State. Marshall will come out, and number 7, that is the other Raymond brother. That is number 7, Cameron Raymond, freshman, coming into the ball game to run for Marshall. Christian Hilton out of the plate. Breaking ball, misses for a ball. Christian Hilton 0 for 2 on the game with a couple of pop-outs. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled back. Count evens at 1 apiece.
2-seamer back on the hands of the hitter. Zach Hurley, we've only seen him a couple times where he's really not been on his game. And when he's on his game, he can locate with the best, change pitches or change speeds with the best. Very effective pitcher.
The 1-1 swung on through the hole, left side, base hit. Raymond will advance to second now as Helton goes to first. And here comes Brandon Raymond to the plate. 2 on, 1 down.
Number 6, Brandon Raymond.
Back-to-back singles now. Have 2 on with 1 down for Shawnee State. Hurley looks in for the sign from Ramos and comes set. First pitch. Misses, ball 1.
Raymond 0 for 3 on with an error in the first inning. That error to start off the game to Pantoja. He's one of only 2 Bears who have made it to third base
Good
today.
point, yeah. 1-0. Check swing. It's fouled off, and the count's 1-1. Once again, Patriots trying to play their way to Bowling Green next weekend in the double elimination Mid-South Conference tournament. If they were to win this game, they would play Georgetown over in Bowling Green next Friday. Pitch swung on. 6, 4, and 3. The double play. What the Patriots have been looking for a while. And that will get them out of the 7th. We head to the bottom half. It's 7-1 here on the UC Sports Network. Watson comes into play short. Dvorak at second. And Wells comes in to catch as Andrew Ramos will step to the plate. Bo Kidd, J.P. Kirby, and Brandon Hensley here with the call. Bottom half of the 7th, Patriots lead at 7-1. Ramos steps in. He is 2 for 3, a single, a double, and an RBI. Takes first pitch for the ball. And the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Count evens at 1 apiece.
Off-speed pitch. That time Ramos looking to play long ball again.
So one misses for a ball. Counts now 2-1 on Ramos. It'll be Ramos, Benz, and Villegas due up here in the 7th. 2-1. Misses for a ball. Counts 3-1.
Once again, if the Patriots are able to get 4 runs, that would be the baseball game.
Pitch swung on, fouled off, and the count goes full.
Heather, please don't get your food in the computer, okay? I love Subway's lettuce. It's pretty much like saying, here, this is just going to end up in your floor anyway. That's why I go ahead and I just put mine in the floor. What?
It looks as if the rain is going to hold off until the end of the ball game as Ramos will trot down to first on the leadoff walk.
I need the rain to hold off until I can mow like one little patch of grass that I was unable to get.
Ramos comes out. Elmore will come in to courtesy run for him. Brian Benz steps to the plate. 2 for 3 on the day with a double, a home run, a run scored, and 4 RBIs here in game number 3.
It's almost justice that he has a runner on base when he's up.
First pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1 nearly hits Benz.
Seems like last game when he hit that home run, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it came in the bottom of the 2nd. This game seems to have drugged compared to game 1. Game 1 took right at 2 hours and 20 minutes. And we are already at the 2 hour and 12-minute mark here in the bottom of the 7th.
Does Benz have 3 doubles on the day?
2 in game 1, 1 here in game number 2.
And a triple and a homer.
5, 4, 3, double play. You jinxed him.
Well, the percentages say he couldn't get all of it, but Benz, it's good to see him being aggressive at the plate again. There was a couple of series where he kept that bat on his shoulder a little bit too long and took too many strikes. And as we talked to Coach Shelton earlier in the year, he wants him to go up there and have some hefty hacks. That's one thing he was brought in to do, is be a run producer.
And it's a symptom of maybe last night, the change of focus. He watched, he struck out looking part of his 0 for 4 night last night. And he, as well as the rest of the Patriots, have really come in with a very different outlook, and they've gone after Shawnee pitchers consistently all day long.
Guillermo Villegas steps in, fouls off the first pitch for a strike. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of singles and a run scored. The 0-1 from Niddle. Misses for a ball. Count evens up at 1 apiece. A 1-1 delivery. Swung on. It's hit back up the middle. Off the mound, though, and over to first. in time. Out number 3, the inning is over. Patriots down quietly here in the 7th. We go to the 8th. UC leading it 7-1 right here on the UC Sports Network. JT Boggs steps to the plate here for Shawnee State. Top half of the 8th inning, Patriots lead at 7-1 here. Bo Kid, JP Kirby, and Brandon Hensley here with the call this afternoon as Zach Hurley will step in now. The first pitch of the 8th. Swung on, it's popped up. Will there be room? There is room. Making the grab for out number 1 is Ramos.
Nice catch, Hayes. Major League reference. No, sometimes I guess it's easier to do the basket catch, and Ramos knows better than most on what he's capable of. We've seen him make some tremendous catches behind the plate, having to shed that mask.
Here comes Thurber to the plate. 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and an RBI. Misses for ball 1. Hurley kicks and fires. Swung on. It's laced to the left side. Foul. And the count evens at 1 apiece.
You go back to that 3rd inning, guys, and really Brian Benz, he set the tempo for this game with that home run, and since then it's just been all Patriots. Took the win out of the sails of Shawnee State.
Pitch swung on. It's grounded towards second. Up with it is Reyes over to first in time. 4-3 on the ground out, puts 2 away. The big 3-run homer in the 2nd. Shawnee did get a run in the 3rd, but it was answered quickly on an RBI there in the 3rd.
And it's been a solid performance by the Patriots to really shut down any threat that Shawnee's presented. Beginning with the very first inning, allowing 2 base runners early and then getting out without any damage.
First pitch to Nick Rose, misses for a ball. He is 0 for 3 on the ball game. Couple of flyouts and a ground out. Hurley looks in for the sign from Ramos. And comes set, the 1-0. Swung on, this one's hit well into right center field, but Villegas will track to his right and make the grab for out number 3, and the inning is over. Shawnee State down 1-2-3 here in the 8th. We go to the bottom half. 7-1, Patriots lead it here on the UC Sports Network. Roberto Prado leads it off here for the Patriots. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Prado, the only starter without a hit thus far. He's 0 for 1. Once again, 2 hit by pitches. Niddle stays in. First pitch by Niddle is in there for a strike on the outside corner to Prado. Counts 0-1.
Guys, we thought we'd see Derek Moore again. He was warming up in the bullpen, but that is yet to be seen.
Niddle has settled down. 4-3 on the ground out. Prado is retired for out number 1 as we roll the lineup over now. Here's Kevin Pantoja, 1 for 4 with a stolen base.
And his stolen base will be the easiest one of his career.
Yes.
Took a lead and no one covered, and so just a little further and further.
He took a 45-foot lead. Niddle looks in, and the first pitch on the way to Pantoja. In there, strike 1 on the breaking ball. The 0-1 misses low for a ball. Count evens up at 1 apiece.
Usually once per game, Pantoja will sell out and try to hit a long ball. This may be his at bat to try it. It'll be tough with a win, but he may try to go yah-yah.
Pitch swung on. It's fouled off, and the count's 1-2.
Sheldon wanted that one. He gave a couple of steps and said,
I can't get to it. The 1-2 is swung on, fouled off to the right side. Now to play. We'll do it again at 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes, 1 down, the pitch. Swung on, it's hit deep to left, but right at Thurber for out number 2. Jesse Reyes will come to the plate.
Now batting, number 9, Jesse Reyes.
First pitch to Reyes is smoked back up the middle, through the middle, base hit. 2-out single by Jesse Reyes gives him back-to-back singles and at-bats. Now Reed Spada comes to the plate, 2 for 4.
Reyes able to get that one through the middle for a base hit. Like you said, back-to-back hits, his first of the series. Game number 1 today was on base several times, but without a hit.
Yeah, he was 0 for 2, but I believe walked once, was hit by a pitch, and then reached on an error, I believe. This one's fouled off. Now the count quickly 0-2 here on Spada. Niddle comes set now, the 0-2. Misses outside for a ball. The 1-2 delivery. Swung on, it's grounded towards short. Shortstop up with it, over to first, not in time. Infield single from Reed Spada. Now puts 2 on with 1 down, or with 2 down, excuse me. And Chase Schmidu will come to the plate. He's 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored.
As soon as that third baseman couldn't get to that baseball, it went down as a base hit. If he gets to it, there may be a play at first, but nobody's going to throw out Spada from that range.
Niddle looks in, comes set. First pitch to Schmidu. Swung on, it's laced down the right side, but foul. Schmidu can get a little air under that one. He may have an opportunity to have that one carry a bit.
Schmidu has attacked the first pitch at least 80% of the time this series. Which, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that he's being super aggressive, showing that he wants to be a hitter.
The 0-1 misses inside for a ball, kind of evens at 1 apiece.
This is his spot, though. 2 outs, 2 on.
One cut on and missed strike 2. As Schmidu was chasing at that one a bit.
Defense almost in a shift. Shortstop, of course, holding the runner on at second, but he's not tracking back toward the middle of his position much at all. And they haven't pitched to Schmidu over the outside of the plate. Continue to challenge him on the inside.
1-2 pitch.
Like that.
Swung on, fouled off. We'll do it again at 1-2. Patriots just 3 outs away from securing the bid to Bowling Green,
Which they'll play at the Hot Rods Stadium. Nice ballpark out there.
1-2. It's a high chopper towards second, over to first, in time. 4-3 ground out. The inning is over, and we head to the 9th. 3 outs away from victory. The Patriots lead it 7-1 here on the UC Sports Network. Grant Van Loo leads off the 9th inning for Shawnee State as they're down to their final 3 outs. Patriots lead it by 6 at 7-1. First pitch from Hurley misses for a ball. Van Loo 0 for 1 on the ball game with a strikeout. Bo Kid, J.P. Kirby, Brandon Hensley here with a call. This one's in there for a strike. Counts even at 1 apiece. As Hurley came in the 4th inning, if I'm not mistaken,
Correct.
and has only thrown 46 pitches.
46 pitches, only allowed 3 base runners.
So he has thrown right now 4 2/3 innings on 47 pitches. Not too shabby. That one's fouled off. Counts 1 and 2. Time called by Van Loo. It's Van Loo, Dvorak, and Wells due up here for Shawnee State. The 5, 6, 7 hitters. The 1-2 from Hurley. Breaking ball. Not sure where it missed. Count evens at 2 and 2. It must have crossed high.
It's one of those, I think, when the batter stands up, it's probably a strike, but in his batting stance, it crosses a little high.
The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Van Loo down on strikes for the 2nd time here in the ball game. Strikeout number 3 for Hurley puts 1 away.
Van Loo victims of both of Hurley's strikeouts. You're right. 2 of the 3 Hurley strikeouts.
Woo. First pitch high and tight for ball 1 to Matt Dvorak. First at bat of the ball game for Dvorak. He went 0 for 2 in game number 1. That one's cut on him. This for a strike. Count evens at 1 apiece.
When you see a batter, right-handed batter,
Excuse me, I apologize. That's a pinch hitter, not Dvorak.
but when you see a batter reaching outside and not getting close, if you're Hurley, you stay out there.
This is interesting. This must have been a change that we didn't quite get because Watson has been in playing shortstop since the 7th inning. I would imagine that we will see Dvorak in the 8 hole.
Yes. So this is Watson. I apologize.
We need to get one of those little phones.
Mike Watson, but he's 0 for 2 as well on the day back in game number 1.
Get one of those phones they call up and tell us substitutions.
The 3-1 misses low ball 4. Watson. Trots down to first on the walk. 1 on, 1 down. Here comes number 29, Austin Wells. He's 1 for 1 in game number 1.
Now batting number 29, Austin Wells.
Pitch in there for a strike. Counts 0-1 now on Wells. Patriots would love to see a double play to end it here.
It would almost be fitting.
Just missing for a ball. Counts now even at 1 apiece.
Watson taking his base at first. Zach Hurley's only walk of the game so far.
The 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Now the count's 1 and 2. Hurley gets set now. Watson gets his lead. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. Watson down looking on strikes for out number 2. And now pinch hitter into the ball game for Dvorak. That's number 7.
Now batting number 7, Cameron Raymond.
Is Cameron Raymond, as he is the final, or potentially the final out for Shawnee State. First pitch, low ball 1.
Now Raymond came in as a pinch
Courtesy
runner. Okay.
Raymond came in actually running for the shortstop Blake Marshall. Came in as a pinch runner. He was replaced then by Dvorak in the field. And I believe this is actually a re-entry of Raymond into that position.
One pitch. In there, strike 2. And Shawnee State down to their final strike. The 1-2 misses, low ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 1 on. Patriots lead it 7-1. They need a strike or an out here to finish it. The 2-2 swung on. It's grounded towards third. Pantoja up with it. Over to first in time. 5-3 on the ground out. The ball game is over, and the Patriots have punched their ticket to Bowling Green in a 7-1 win this afternoon over Shawnee State. The Patriots winning both games here this afternoon convincingly over Shawnee State and earning the victories here today. Zach Hurley coming in and getting the victory out of relief here in game number 3. Hurley moving now to 7-2 on the season. Kyle Warner for Shawnee State falling in this one now, I believe, is at 1-8 on the season for Warner. That is correct. Warner now 1-8 overall on the season. This game taking 2 hours and 36 minutes to complete. Patriots earning win number 39 on the season. They moved to 39-15. Shawnee State now 14-35 to finish up their year.
Yeah, we talked about the dominance today, and Patriots got timely hitting, but guys, the pitching was outstanding for Cumberlands today. Only giving up 2 runs in 18 innings.
Just unbelievable.
And it was taking care of business today. This is what we expected the Patriots to look like. We had a little hiccup last night and really didn't know what we were looking at coming into today after the performance of both teams last night. But started off both games. Patriots came out. They put runs up, and their pitching was high class as always.
And then the key, you talked about Easterwood and Hurley. It's like when you go to your favorite restaurant. Before it was you get the main course with a side of fries. Well, here you get 2 main courses. It's like chicken and ribs with those guys. So, best of the both worlds.
You got to tell us which is which in that scenario.
That's best of both worlds. You get 2 main courses. Also, Brian Benz today, the job he did at the plate in both games, amazing. That guy has been good. Cumberlands, these are 2 wins, and it's weird to say this, but first 2 postseason wins for the Patriots since 2009.
Yeah,
or today was the first postseason win. So now they have the train headed in the right direction. That's it, Bowling Green, and you've looked at it, and then they're going to play Georgetown, correct?
That is correct. It'll be a 5:30 start on Friday afternoon, as now it'll be Campbellsville taking on Pikeville in the first game, and the Patriots will host the Tigers for game number 1 over there in Bowling Green. Is now being joined by head coach Brad Shelton. And coach, your team comes out this afternoon, and it seems like a different mindset here this afternoon, and they came out and absolutely took care of business here today.
Yeah, I think our mindset's been good all weekend. We just hit balls right at people
Yeah.
last night. But, Manny really set the tone. He was amped up. I could tell an hour before the game he was a little amped up. Had trouble throwing strikes, but he just stepped off, cleared his head, and minimized that inning that could have been disastrous in the first game today. And man, what a battle with him getting through that. And then he just, man, what a competitor. He just really gave us a chance, got us to that third game, and proud of our team. Well pitched, well played defensively, had timely hitting. You know, who would have thought that the reason we're going to get to the Final Four is because Landon got a bunt down and Brian Benz hit 3 or 4 balls the opposite field. You know, something that we haven't really gotten a lot of this year. Was a difference in the game, really.
Yeah, we'll get to that right there. First off, Brian Benz this afternoon. This is what we thought we would see out of him all season long. This young man was absolutely a terror today for the Shawnee State pitching. 5 extra base hits this afternoon and 8 RBIs.
Yeah, Brian is just he and Landon, Jesse, several guys last night after the game was over, they stayed after and hit in the cages forever. Just a great work ethic, and Brian is has tremendous tools, and you know, we just got to get him swinging. He's been striking out looking, and I've told him, you know, I just want 3 good hard cuts, and I'll feel good about our chances. But we also have to keep reminding ourselves he's a redshirt sophomore, and he's only going to get better. You know, the more he sees pitching in this league and adjust to those guys that are trying to stay away from him. And he did that today by just taking what they gave him and hitting the ball hard middle. You know, he had a middle approach, but then late in the game they started trying to come in, and he turned on the ball down the line. So just a great day by him.
Game 3, Colton Easterwood got the start, was 3 1/3, a very strong ball. And then here in game number 2, and then late in the game, you turn to Zach Hurley, who has been fantastic all season long, except for maybe an outing or 2 here and there where he got tagged a little early. But, you know, Brandon was actually just talking about it, and I love the comparison. You know, we were talking about it earlier on. I said I love the tandem here between the two because – you know, the pairing itself is working so well, and Brandon said it's like going to your favorite restaurant. You know, you get your favorite entree and your favorite side, but with this one, you're getting 2 entrees. You're getting chicken and ribs.
Wow. I don't know about that. I thought you liked hot dogs, but you know, Colton has had a good year as a freshman, but he seems to kind of hit the wall around that 65 to 70 pitch range, and so we have had a quick hook with Colton. And then Zach has been really good coming out of the bullpen, not having to do all the pregame prep as a starter and waiting around. And you know, that was a really, Coach Spurgeon had that idea, and you know, it's just been it's been the key to our pitching staff down the stretch here because Zach has been so good out of that bullpen, following up Colton. If we can get one time through the lineup with Colton now, and then whatever else is a bonus, and then we can turn it over to Zach and Jeffrey and Nick. So, you know, it just shortens the game when we can do that.
Something that I also noticed this weekend, very minimal use of your bullpen that you had to do this weekend. You know, you're looking at Hampton coming in and getting an inning early. We knew Zach would get some work in this afternoon. Brian Way got an inning or 2 last night. So now you have to look. You have a very fresh bullpen going into next weekend's conference tournament.
Yeah, you know, I think we will be as fresh as you can be 50-some games into the season. But, you know, at the end of the year in the tournament, it's really about playing good defense, throwing strikes, and out-hitting people because everybody's guys have thrown a lot. And but I think we're in as good a shape as we could expect to be this deep into the season.
Chase took a ball hard off the foot there in game 1 this evening. I'm assuming he looks okay right now.
Yeah, he's just beat up. You know, he you see him after a weekend series and he's just hobbling around, and but he'll be fine. He's got some time to rest now, and they can concentrate on their finals. We'll take a day or 2 off and get back to work, get ready for the tournament.
Next weekend, of course, conference tournament play. The 4 teams now in it. Campbellsville, Pikeville, they'll meet up in game 1. You're going to be turning to Georgetown here in the double elimination tournament. You went up to Georgetown earlier this year, dropped 2 of 3. What have you seen out of Georgetown in the latter part of the season?
Georgetown can really pitch. They're very athletic. They're very good in their park. You know, we hit some balls there that their athletic outfielders ran down that maybe would have been out here. The thing we got to be ready to understand is that pro park is as big as theirs, so we're going to have to, not try to take big swings and just kind of take what they give us and use the whole field. But, all 4 teams there now, good teams, and it'll be a battle over there.
Coach, congratulations on the 2 wins this afternoon.
Thank you.
That's post-game comments from head coach Brad Shelton. Patriots taking both games this afternoon. First game 8-1, second game 7-1. Back in action on Friday, May the 5th, over in Bowling Green. That is at the Mid-South Conference Tournament. Patriots will take on the Tigers, 5:30 Eastern Time for that one. So for J.P. Kirby, Brandon Hensley, Heather Green, and the rest of the sports information staff here at UC, this is Bo Kidd signing off. You've been watching Patriot Baseball right here on the UC Sports Network.